we look at the challenges and opportunities for training during a pandemic. We asked Christina Lanham, MD of Industrial Training International UK, for her thoughts.
My name is Christina Lanham. I am the Managing Director for Industrial Training International UK, or ITI for short. And we are a crane and rigging training provider through in-person, online, and virtual reality.
How has COVID-19 affected business?
Last year, when we started the initial lockdown, obviously, a lot of ITI's training is done in person. So we had a significant impact of basically all of our business evaporating in that first few months because we weren't able to do training at our training centers for the most part, and our clients weren't able typically to host us at their facilities. So that was really a significant impact for us, and we had to get really creative at looking at how we could diversify the way we deliver training to help meet our customer needs and also provide means for our employees to stay working with us.
How badly was your classroom training affected?
In the beginning, we couldn't have any classroom training. Thankfully, in our Texas and Washington facilities, we were deemed essential. So we were able to open back up after a couple of months and be able to start hosting again, but seating capacity is definitely limited. And then for our customers as well, trying to determine when they could have people in the facility to do training and such was definitely affected.
Was there anything you could do to continue providing training?
Well, we definitely had a great meeting of the minds. We've got an amazing team at ITI, and so everyone brought ideas in. We immediately looked to Zoom to be able to conduct virtual training, which we set up for a number of customers directly, as well as open enrollment options. So we could get some training across there and then providing customers tools to conduct the other side of training if necessary, or allowing our trainers to come out for a limited time to conduct practical assessments and such. We saw a large increase in people consuming our online courses, our online on demand, which was great. And we could recommend that to people as well who weren't able to travel. And then we really looked at our training centers and came up with appropriate measures that we could be open and keep things within regulations to keep people safe and be able to still conduct training. So we made a lot of those adjustments. So we were able to kind of get back in by early June, starting having our training centers open again and conducting training there.
How do your students respond to online training?
So I think it's definitely a convenient service. We definitely, as I said, saw an uptick in people purchasing online training. It definitely is not a one-for-one for in-person training. So it's a great means to convey theory, but having that live interaction with an instructor, having that practical hands-on time, it's definitely not exactly the same, but it has been really great to be able to see people take advantage of it and at least get a lot of theory under their belts. And we even see people coming back now here in 2021 who've done some of the online training, coming and getting their hands-on experience.
Do you utilize simulators for training at ITI?
So we do have simulators. We're working really in 2021 to bring them a lot more into our live in-person training. We utilize it quite a bit for practice time for people that are trying to get their national certification for crane operation in America. And then we have customers that have their own simulators that they're utilizing for training purposes within their companies.
Is there further scope for simulators to be used for remote training?
I definitely see virtual reality as a medium that is here to stay. And it's a great opportunity to be able to give people some hands-on. You can do live on a Zoom call like this to give some people some instruction, but then they can really put on the headset and self-serve and get that practical experience. So I definitely see this becoming much more prevalent as we move on into 2021 and beyond.
What do you think the future of the training sector holds in store?
I definitely see within 2021 a lot of catch up from training that was missed in 2020. So we're certainly seeing a lot of customers coming back. They're feeling more secure where things are going. They're wanting to get reestablished with their training patterns. So I think we have some ground to catch up on to ensure that people have got the training they need. And then I think we're going to see more hybrid versions of training. So where some training is being delivered online, whether on demand or live, and then mixed in with practical hands-on training. But I think we're going to see more of this where it was considered a little bit more new prior to COVID-19. It's going to be more accepted norm, and it's also very cost effective for employers. So I think we're going to see a lot more hybrid training occurring.
Are there any other points you'd like to make?
Yes, I think especially when we come into major economic impacts like COVID-19, where a lot of employers, ITI included, had to make assessments of what budget cuts we could make. A lot of time, things like training is one of the first things to be cut. And there can be training that is non-essential, and it's okay to delay. But I would encourage employers always to really evaluate what their teams need to be successful, to be able to perform their positions competently and safely. And so it's always important to ensure that we're not cutting training to the detriment of the company itself, to the employees. It's training certainly does cost money, but a fatality or a major incident is going to cost 20, 30 times that amount. And so it's really important to take time to evaluate and not do shortcuts that would have a really detrimental impact to your company.